YouTube, time to tap it in this week's chat today. What we're doing is breaking down gameplay moment by moment to help yourself become a better Warzone player. Now, first things first, I want to thank you so much for dropping in and watching the video. I hope this does help you improve your own gameplay, because one of the biggest things that you can do is look back at the times that you failed and learn on how you can play that situation differently to maybe have a better outcome for yourself. So thank you for stopping in, and thank you for watching the video. Thank you for liking and subbing with notifications on. It means a lot, helps grow the channel. So thank you for doing that as well in advance. Comment down below on something you want to see in the channel in the future. I got some gameplay stuff coming in, and if you want to do some more tips and tricks, I'm getting a lot of mobility and mechanics videos to come up again. But we're going to be associating a lot of those mobility and mechanics inside of this gameplay right here, because we're just building on top of this. So thank you again for coming through. Right now we're gonna be going through different situations of my own gameplay, ones that I die from, ones that I live from, and just going moment by moment, person to person, and figuring out what could I have done better, reading it, and how you can implement these same ideas and these same tactics within your own Warzone gameplay as well. So without further ado, thank you again for stopping through. I'll catch you on stream, and follow me on all social medias. Alright, so for this entire video, I'm going to be on your right hand of your screen. I'm going to be going down and breaking down everything as the gameplay progresses. I'm trying to make as little edits as possible into this. I want this to be raw gameplay footage, because it does help me look back on my VODs and on my plays that I could have done something better, as well as hopefully you guys as well. Hopefully to raise your KD and make better decisions and get more wins. So right now I'm averaging a 2.3 KD. I have been a 1.9 for pretty much my entire Warzone career. So I have been implementing these things. It's been a slow progression, a lot of learning curves, because every time you get into a situation and you fail, it happens like that, right? It's a snap. It's one Semtex. It's one bullet that can change everything in the course of your game. So when you have thousands of those situations, hundreds of those situations, is when you start to just slowly develop good habits. So there are 4 things that I believe in a hierarchy that allow you and make you better at Call of Duty Warzone specifically, as well as Battle Royales. But since we're playing Warzone, this is pertaining specifically to Warzone. Number 1 is going to be gunplay and just learning to hit your shots. Now, this sounds really, really basic, but genuinely, when you do get comfortable with the gun, things change. So when I was using the Ram 7, it is not my favorite recoil pattern. I could control it to a decent amount, but there was a lot of times that I wasn't pulling in the right direction on my stick, that it choked my shots a lot of times. So with the C58 now in my hands, the recoil is very minimal, so I'm able to hit more shots to get more kills with it. That's just facts. And I love the gun. I've been enjoying the gun. So learning what gun you love and learning how to use that gun and its recoil pattern to efficiently benefit you is something very, very crucial. So something to think about is to find guns that you like, find guns that are viable, because not all guns will win you the competitive fight. They might beat little Timmy and Jimmy down the street, but against a little TTV roast skin like myself, you're gonna need a better gun than your Odin. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. So that's gonna be number 1. Number 2, we're gonna go movement and mechanics. I do have a mobility and mechanics video on this channel that breaks down how to bunny hop, how to J-turn, how to do all these things. And that's something that you need to learn, is how to be tack sliding everywhere, and how to break cameras, and know how to go left, right, straight, back, and know when to do those things. Jump shotting, drop shotting, and changing your angles and playing different angles on different terrain. You know what I mean? So there's very, just being able to outmaneuver somebody is very, very crucial. If you can whip around a corner before they can see you, if you can B-hop across a way and then drop shot them, is very, very crucial as well. And you're going to see that that's something that I take pride in, are my mechanics and my mobility in this game. So number 3 that I wrote down is going to be rotations. This is Battle Royale. Gas closes you. Whether you're outside or in the zone. If you're in the zone, you got to rotate from building to building. This game is a little bit more casual with rotations, because you got different vehicles and a lot of buildings that allow a lot of mobility, which is amazing for the game. And that's just something you got to think about, is going from place to place. How are you doing it? And if there's people in the way, how are you playing it? So not only just rotations with gas and trying to get good rotations, but also when you're in a team fight. If you got 1v3, 1v4, how are you rotating from here to here or here to here, you know what I mean? Whether it be a very, very small gap, just on another side of a wall, playing angles, or if you're going from a building to a building. So rotations and how you play that, not only on the map, but within a team fight, is very, very crucial. And the last one is just tying them all together, being able to read and react to plays. So you're going to see a lot of these plays that I'm in where things might be down, but I play a wall really well, or I'm pre-aiming, or I'm reading where these next guys might be. So all of those 4 things put together, I think genuinely do make you a better Warzone player. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. I'm sorry for the long intro, but I just wanted to preface all of this with as much knowledge as I can try to get out there. So here we got a downtown clip. I am splitting. We just got loadout. I see one guppy right here in front of me. Easy MP5. I know that we probably got more guys here. We do not have a UAV up right now. The way this guy walks around the corner, just walks, I'm thinking that this is a bot lobby. So I end up calling out. Boys, bot lobbies are out right now. There was 2 guys that I just killed right there that were walking around corners. Sometimes you get lucky with bots, sometimes you don't. Usually the bots get eliminated pretty fast. So I'm calling out for UAV for my team that is at hospital. I took the heli and I split.
That looks so sick on my screen.
I'm just kind of glancing out where Nakatomi's at. I see the red smoke for a loadout. So I know there's probably going to be a full team here. Or at least 2. I pop Deddy. I see the loadout come down. Thing about it is the loadout's coming down. I'm waiting to shoot my shot. And I know that they're probably going to be surrounding the loadout. I throw my stun out, so hopefully by the time it lands that they're just sitting ducks.
Go to chat. He's got a triple threat.
So one to my left right here. This is actually really hard to see. It's even looking at it right now. Hit this one to my left. Down him. One prone on the loadout. Down him. So now I have a guy in front of me again. So there's one more in front of me and there's one behind me. I'm pinched. So if you see up on the top left hand side, which I should have looked at, see, this is what I'm talking about. I did not do this when I was in this fight. I should have looked up at the UAV like right now that there is a guy in front of me still shooting me and there's a guy behind me in the middle of the street. And I didn't do anything about that. So that is mistake number 1, is that I should have looked at my UAV. Especially early on in the game where majority of people do not have suppressors. This guy's beaming me. I play for the only cover that I have. So now I know I have the bushes on my right hand by the dude with the loadout, and I have this barrier between me and him. So I'm playing this rotation very, very smart. I'm trying just to see who is going to be peeking, where they're at. We still don't have UAV up. This guy's still beaming me on the back. B-hop. So he's tag sprinting towards me. I see his gun up. I know that's my green light to go. So I tack slide out of it, B-hop across his face, and I get the knock for this guy. Now there's only 1 up. Get the finish. I reset. I plate. I know I have 2 down, so there's only 1 up left. But they're probably getting res. Maybe both of them. We'll see. Reloading, plating, and seeing what's up. So I see 1 go and try to get the res. I probably should have waited to shoot that shot because again I'm now the pressure's already back on and they probably have all 3 back up with, you know, the one that I just full killed. Reading it, staying behind cover. I go and try to push the same spot. They stun me. So hindsight right here is that I should have probably tried to play a different angle. Whether I go where I just played it up in that room, I go up on that rooftop probably is the best move possible. Or I rotate to the other side, because if I'm challenging the same exact spot the same exact way, they're now going to be able to learn from it, and I'm still a 1v4 or a 1v3 now. Get stunned. I have a stun, so I'm hoping I'm going to throw this at the floor. It's going to bounce once, and he's going to be challenging me, and I can try to hit him with the stun. So it does work. He jumps in. I hit him with the stun. He drop shots, and I jump shot. As a stun, that's probably the best thing you can do. I do hit this guy in the head, which is why drop shotting is not as good as jump shotting. I am 1 bullet. Just go for the thirst. They're still by the loadout. And unfortunately, I was just 1 bullet, and he ends up just pre-firing me. I'm coming back, pussy. Okay, so things to learn about that clip. I had UAV up. for the guys. Maybe I don't full that Rambo. I did B-hop in front of his face, got the kill. Maybe I rotate back, try to stun and keep the pressure on. But since I disengaged, I need to completely reset and reach out in a completely different way. If I'm keeping that pressure on right there, that's okay. If I kill that Rambo and I immediately go back, I have one more stun, but I needed to reset because I was in the middle of the street and they had me pretty pinned pretty hard. So I needed to reset, and how I reset, I go into that room, and something I should have done was go on top of the rooftop or just challenge the team in a different way, in a different direction. So here I am in a 1v3 with Bertha at Firehouse. So I didn't know anybody was here. This was just to grab a Bertha and make a play on the Bertha. Obviously I'm solo. Again, me and my teammates, we split a lot because we're all sweats trying to get kills, and this is a great way to practice. So no idea these guys were here. They ended up throwing a Semtex at my Bertha. Hoping about snipers. I'm just playing the Bertha in the direction that I think that they're at. So my Bertha got hit from the left side. Let's run it back real quick. So I know nobody's here, right? Bertha hits me on the left side of my truck, so they gotta be on the houses to my left, right? So I'm scanning, I get sniped in the back of my Bertha, so they're by these houses on the right hand of the screen somewhere. Still don't see him. I still don't see him. I still get sniped from the truck, taking damage. I saw one right there in the middle of the street. So now I am trying to jump out of the Bertha and challenge where the fight is favorable to me. I have this big green garage set, whatever, in front of me, and I have the wall to play a heady on. So if these guys flank me from my left, I have Firehouse to play against. On my right, they have a field to play against. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right here. I have cover between us, and if I need to run and escape, I can hug the wall up to go to Firehouse. That was something that I was really bad at, was just jumping out and just trying to beam somebody, and you might get one that is clearly shooting at you while you're in a Bertha or a car or whatever, but then there's 2 or 3 more near that guy and you have no cover. So that's a really bad habit that I broke, or am breaking and getting better at not doing. So I'm just trying to see where these guys are at. Still nothing. I'm kind of just trying to figure out where they might be coming from. Thankfully I'm asked for UAV. So I hear steps right here. He's got his right hand peek at me. I don't know if you guys knew this. Right hand peeks are a thing. You can see the enemy before they see you, or vice versa. They can see you before you see them on right hand. So he does have the right hand on this. I know I need to back up. Stun this. I do get the stun hit on him. I'm just waiting, hoping he doesn't chow to the other side, and knowing that his teammates are probably on the side as well. So I do see this one right in front of me, because if I try to re-chow him on the other side, I get sandwiched. So I know that side for the few seconds is closed off because that guy's stunned. See this guy? I play the wall for the heady. Thank God he had a sniper. I played up. So now that guy's down. This is where changing your elevation, whether it be jump shotting, crouching, or going prone, is very crucial. So this guy is already aimed. If he's a good player, he's centering at my head or my chest, and I go for the drop shot for the quick kill. Okay, knife. Right now I got UAV up. I know where the last one's at. Played up, reset. It's a 1v1, and now I'm gonna play high ground on this one. I see that he is in the field, probably on the wall. Right where I just killed his 2 buddies. I see he got the res. The guy that had no plates peeks. Gets hit in crossfire. And I'm hitting the headshot on the last guy. So I saw the one chow. I chowed it full plates. Closed off a different way for me to get flanked with the stun. Get those 2 knocks. And end up getting high ground to try to get the last guys. So if that team was smart on the devil's advocate side, is if they were trying to fan out like they were doing, that first guy that chowed me that got stunned should have went into Firehouse, because if he's in Firehouse and has the high ground on me, he can just look down at me while his other 2 teammates chow me in the field like they did. So another downtown clip. We land Hosby a lot, so if you're in stream, you know that. full team in this car, okay?
No, he's up here.
I have no cover right now, but I have confidence in my C58 shot, so I'm like, I can get one knock. I end up bluing one and downing one, then got to get hit by the car. So I think, okay, these guys are going to chow me immediately instead of going for the thirst like what I normally do, right? I have one down, and there are two in the car right now. I thought about going for the thirst, but I knew that wouldn't help me, so these guys are absolutely beaming me. I'm just trying to play the only cover that I have right now. I put myself in a very, very bad position. I am literally one bullet right now, so I cannot peek. Throw the stun out, get the stun hit, go for the prone shot.
Oh, he's making.
I don't want this guy to be live pinging me. So it's about timing your thirsts. This guy is probably live pinging me and giving me comms. So while those guys are now stunned, I can go and kill this guy so that hopefully my ping wears off.
Back all out, bro.
Backing up while I'm plating. Okay, there is high ground advantage 100% in this game, but sometimes when you're on high ground and it's not favorable for you, especially like on a slant like a hill or a mountain or like this, where the person on the high ground has to look down over you to see you, which means that they're going to be full body peeking. So if you are on the downside of the hill, you go prone versus being up, because if you're up, you're meeting their elevation. So you want to be as low as possible when you're on the low ground so that you can make a play like this. I plate. Crosshair is barely above the sewer. I hit the headshots and then get the last two.
I'm better. I hit one.
So just easy reads, right? So I'm chowed, they're stunned. I get the thirst on the first guy that I downed out of the car. I'm backing up, I'm plating, I'm resetting, but I'm not completely disengaging in the fight. And I'm just barely popping up. It's called snaking. Okay, so this one is at tower. You guys probably know this building. I'm in this building a lot, unfortunately. So we do see one up top on this house. We do know that there's a full team. So one of the here just kills Lost in Yonkers. As you guys see up on the UAV right now, there is a car pulling up as well. He gets live pinged, great live ping. Kill him. Guys in my house, I have to be mobile and try to plate because I am half health. I try to hit the ricochet stun, see if they're chasing me, and I'm stunning myself. Not a great look. End up deadying.
Excuse me, how did that not hit?
Just trying to lose just 3 seconds of their attention and try to read the situation, right? So right here, I'm listening, I'm looking at my UAV, I'm plating up, I'm reloading just to reset. Like there's one guy in my house right now, and there's a guy on the buy as well, but I'm just laying low. Thank God I had Deddy, because if I don't have Deddy, then they're hitting me on this metal roof, but it is what it is. They get res. Now I know that one's coming back and there's two up. Seen behind the car, not favorable, so I try to stay low on the roof, fall off accidentally, hit a stun, and I go push my stun. Just waiting. He has a decent shot. I didn't see him in the dark, so I have to re-chow this kid twice. Okay, so let's look at the chows on this kid. I had to chow this kid like 4 different times because he's actually decent. See him on the car. Hits me. I know I'm probably gonna get beamed like that. Can't hit him through the car. Fall off. Stun. Okay. I look for him here. Don't see him. So I'm like, okay, he's either in the building or he backed up behind the alleyway. But I thought he would be right here because he's stunned. There's no way he's making that movement. But I should have seen him right here, but my eyes were completely focused on what was right in front of me. He sees me. I get out of there. Find cover, right? Chow. He moves. He's further deep now, so now I have to be like, okay, like now I have a picture in my head of where he's at.
Oh my god, just everyone use that C858 shit, man.
So instead of trying to reach out him, I have no plates. I'm down bad right now. I need to just completely reposition. I end up going up the tower and then just play a high ground. So I played long game. He's blued. I go and push it. And then thank God he just missed a shotgun shot. Okay, so this is a 9-kill hospital run right here for the beginning of the game. I play this really well with ground loot. We always go for heli. Bunch of guys up here trying to take control of high ground and hospital because high ground hospital is very, very, very overpowered. Yeah, I must have gotten 2 more heli kills because I'm still in the heli. I end up getting a far ground loot, which is obviously amazing. One take zip. Another one inside. Something that I'm also learning about as well as I'm watching this is to peek angles. I've gotten away from trying to be Joe Woe at every single angle, and sometimes you just need to do a quick peek and it's a quick beam. It's an easy beam, right? Versus old me would have went inside, did a 360 inside of the room and tried to kill 3 different guys. And there's still time and places that I do that, but I definitely have tried to keep that to a minimum. So I got 5 off rip after those 2 beams. So I got 5. Get 6 right here. Let me see. Oh, little Timmy trying to get a recon. So we get loadout. All right, 1 second. Okay, full team pushed us. I do remember this. Full team pushed us. Justin goes down. I get 1 of them. So should be 2 left.
Are you safe?
There's 1 up top on hospital. He obviously has the high ground and he has a heady.
Yep, he's not gonna push me though because he's a pussy.
I didn't even see his fucking glint when he was sniping at me.
These guys are playing super ratty. And again, usually something that I'm trying to get away from is being overly aggressive. So right here, usually what I would do is just go and push them. And again, there's still time and a place for it. But I'm trying to read the fight. Reading, reacting is everything in this game, right? They have the high ground. There could be 1 on top tower. There's guys on tower or on the hill behind us. Justin's having a bad day. I'm just trying to see if they're gonna push me, what the play is. So I go play in here because there is one on top of hospital, right? This is just where rotations come into mind. The 4 things that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I rotated to this building because there's a lot of cover. There's headies in here, and you either gotta open a door or break glass that I haven't broken already to try and push me. So there are guys in multiple directions, right? There's a guy coming from the hospital that I was shooting at, and a guy downed Justin from the hill as well, and he's a sniper. So Justin got sniped. I know I have to take cover. I can't be out in the open. There's a guy who has high ground on me, so I'm just gonna try to play this room and see what I can do with it. Listening.
He's on my building now. 1's on my building.
Justin gives me a comm that he's over by Burger.
On Burger?
Yeah, he's on top right now.
Seeing if this guy's still here on top of hospital. So to play Burger, you need to get high ground without exposing yourself. So I go and play this building. I do get sniped in the back. He misses, but I know that he is by gas station. I see him. I see him right there through the window.
He's pushing your building now. Yeah, 1's pushing your building.
But now there's only 1 way up into my building. So I have now, I mean, I can't get res, but now I'm making them play for me versus me trying to push them. And it's being patient with it. And this is how a lot of the best players play, is knowing when to push and relax. I hear him. Laying prone like a rat. Yes, I'm somewhat camping, but I'm not in a favorable position, so I gotta try to win the fight for my own. I hear him. Still hear him. Seeing what they're doing. He's crouch walking now. Say, okay, if you're gonna try to go up my stairs, no stun hit. Okay. Go and check it. Go ahead and play the next building. Close the door behind me. I know there's one by Burger. I do see his legs. So he can't
You
get.
can just camp out.
Magenta's about to make the call out, but he can't get down. So it's either he's gonna have his homie die, and either have a 2v1 if they got res, or a 1v1.
Ladder. He can't res him.
And I'm burning him a little bit.
Probably got self.
If he selfs, it's a completely different conversation. So expect that everybody has selfs, but it was pretty early game, and they didn't have loadout
They're
yet.
running it back. That punchy one because somebody started shooting. So
Figured.
yeah.
You
Just
can
waiting.
drop off the-
I know this isn't the most exciting, but this is why it's a little bit longer YouTube video.
Unless you have stuff.
So he goes up, and I get the kill. They end up coming to my chat and telling me GG. All right, I believe this is the last one. There might be one more, but this is exciting, and this gets me excited for being able to take situations like this. And if you were in my stream, I thought about posting this, but I don't end up winning this. I looked over this clip about 3 or 4 times right after it happened, and just tried to learn from this specific clip specifically, because I play this so well. And if I do one thing different that me and chat agreed on when we were watching it back together, it would have changed the fight. So there is a car right here at this hangar that I see there, right? Burn the car a little bit, get a couple hits. I see dudes on the back.
Later, bitch. Later, bitch.
Disabled the vehicle.
Get sniped by ACP as soon as you get up there.
I don't see anyone there.
So they're still in the hangar. A couple of them must have jumped out. I get burned. I thought maybe I had some room to breathe of them pushing to where the car was,
Go this way.
but they ended up pushing back into the hangar that I shot the car from. I hear stuns close to me, so I know that they're probably pretty close. Just making sure that they're not in firehouse, which they might have rotated in. So just checking where they're at,
That's him.
being stealthy, and I'm gonna go play high ground and to see if I can try to burn one of them. Because in a fight, you want to try to get a pick. Always try to get a pick, right? So you don't want to take a 1v4 if you don't have to. So we have gas closing in. I'm gonna see what these guys are doing. I see one rotating. I don't press the trigger because then I'm exposed, right? They don't know where I'm at right now. Get the easy knock. One down. Stun. I get the shield hit. So I don't, you guys, I'm sure you guys know this, but if you stun and you get a hit marker, but it's not a shield, that means they're either out of plates or it's the guy that's down. So something to think about when you do get a shield hit. That means I hit somebody that I just did not down and who has plates. So we got 4 guys in here. I'll spoil it. There's 4 guys in here. Right? 2 down. Okay. Stun again. There's one on the right and one on the left. They're stunned again. End up sliding across. They end up thermiting me. Quick knock. There's 3 down. They get res on one or he's selfed. I know that the Adler skin is weak. So I need to go for the other guy, right? So the guy with the wife beater that you see, the 2 up that chopped me when I go in, the Adler skin with the white shirt is weak. So I know I need to take him last. Because it'll be like 2 bullets, 3 bullets, and he's done. So the other guy, I switch targets real quick. So they're stunned. They can't keep up with me. And I just get fried. But it was so close, right? So this guy is super, super weak. There's 2 down. That close, that close. So I want to play this in real time real quick. Just to show you guys what it looks like instead of me pausing it. It does lag a little bit, unfortunately. So stunned. 2 potentially down right now. What? He's down. Adler skin. And I get fried. All right, so let's. Last time, this is what I should have done, right? So
There's somebody underneath us.
He's rotating in.
Someone pulled up.
Okay. This is what I should have done. I'm gonna show you guys what I should have done. Get one knock. Cool. Stun. Cool. Stun hit. Cool. 2 down. Dope. Okay. Okay. Stun hit. So they are stunned right now. They are stunned. I just got across the other side. What I should have done is, here, let me draw right here, is take this right here. That is the vibe right there. All the way, loop around, and then chow right here. They might hear me, but I have a full gas mask, and it lets me challenge a different side, unlike just challenging the same exact side, because how I just said in that downtown clip was I chowed the exact same side. So making sure that if you are man down, you're winning the fight, I'm winning this fight right now, that you need to challenge different areas, right? Or I go on the other side of the hangar, right? I go on this side over here and try to tell that side, but that's just a longer range. And I don't want to do that. So that one's tough as well. But yeah, a little bit heartbreaking, but it is what it is. Last clip right here. Going on a 30-minute clip. My God.
One at the
Thank you if you're still in here. This is a quick
The buy's not popped over here either. Okay,
Oh, this is a nice little 1v2.
That's
a 1v2.
I'm level 2 as well.
It's a duo trio.
I'm gonna assume towards salt.
So no buy popped at hotel. So I'm assuming that there's nobody over there. Behind my camera on your left side, I am a dual threat. So our bounty's chasing us and they're close. Clearly they're over here. I see one, blew him.
We're deady too. I'm on UAV.
We're on UAVs. I precision the right side of the house so I can challenge the left without worrying about somebody challenging on my right. Looking over here, don't see anything. See if I get a knock. No knock. So I know that they're not on the outskirts of this house. So I know that I have a 1v2 inside. Both of them choke. Don't see me. I am going out of the house versus challenging because I'm between 2 different targets right there. So I want to get the heck out of there. Stun. Immediately chow. Blue one. Knock one. And get the guy that was already weak.
Good play.
So it's all about just reading and reacting, right? So breaking that play down, there was 2 guys that my teammate said. If there was 2 guys, I precision the right side, and if they're on that right back corner, they're gonna get burned by the airstrike. So they must have went inside. And I challenge the left side to see if they're over there. So they're for sure inside of the house. They end up both challenging me. I have to completely run out of there, which is where mobility mechanics comes in, right? I'm just like, oh my God, get me out of here. Get out, stun the door, and immediately start pre-aiming, knowing that they're probably chasing me. And they end up getting worked on. Nice. Next clip. Okay, this is definitely the last clip. End game. I ended up playing this so well, but I ended up dying.
Oh, they're at their loadout.
This team across the way that I'm shooting at is actually pretty decent players. They were beaming pretty hard. So we're trying to keep our distance from them. All the red pings, there are dudes everywhere. So there's this team across the ravine, and there are guys on the bridge. I have no ammo. I just came back from either getting bought back or gulag, whatever it was. So I need to go play high ground. Zone is closing in. There are guys in every direction. I have no AR ammo, so my only option is to go up on the hill and try to play the high ground. And I have a bullfrog, which isn't the most terrible. And I'm bluing another one. Now I have no AR ammo. I see a guy up on the hill. Gotta chow. Gotta chow.
Down him.
We team fire that guy.
He is fucking so bad.
Those guys below us. Selfed. And there's guys in front of us. So we're super pinched right now. And this is where you kind of just gotta like kind of take it with a grain of salt that sometimes you can't control the situation. checking if there's anybody behind us. Kind of like wanting them to peek me so I can cluster strike them because I know behind me doesn't have cover. These guys in front of us are losers. Downing one, super big.
He's still above me. He's still above me somewhere.
Okay.
Jen's telling me those guys on the ridge still, right above him. Looking. C1. Another one birds me right below. I stun. Don't get a hit.
This fucking kid that's shooting him.
There's three.
Left.
Can't play because what?
Down him.
Something to think about as well is if Magenta loses that gunfight for whatever reason, I'm not helping him. I cut off my plates. I'm plating. Completely cut him off because we need to win these gunfights as a team. So like on a lot of these clips, yes, I'm splitting and that kind of stuff, but on some of these gunfights where we're super pinched in these super tense situations, we need to make sure that we are taking gunfights together. So they had selfs. They had him killing Magenta. Playing the hill a little bit, trying to stay low. Knowing that there are probably still guys rotating in behind me. And I know those in the back of my mind.
Down low, to your right, close right. Push up. They're all alive. They're literally all three alive.
Get a stun hit right in front of me.
You have two of them stunned.
And I get hit from behind. So the reason I wanted to show you guys that clip is because like what we should have done hindsight is I still try to focus these guys in the back, but there was a full team holding us from gas from the front, and it was just really tough to try to deal with those. So we'll end with that. You live and you learn from the good and the bad. I hope this helps. Hopefully walking through some of these motions and some of these decisions helped, and it can help you because I know that just doing this definitely helps me in implementing it into my gameplay. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a longer one, but I hope it helped, and hopefully reading plays, reacting, knowing how to do these different things ends up working for you as good as it does for me. So take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby.